Can you hear me now? Okay. So, I wonder why my microphone is not working. But when I switch to this, well, boy, isn't this just the cat's meow of a webinar today? Man, it's a good thing that I have done a ton of webinars and that I'm not even stressing out as much as maybe somebody who is non-tech savvy, because wow, it does happen. Although it's never happened to me before like this. I can honestly say that. Okay, so we're going to start talking again. I apologize. Goodness gracious. All right. So, welcome to today. By the end of the session, you will know exactly what your yearly marketing plan must include. You'll know exactly how to structure your week, your month, and your year to ensure that you are maximizing your sales and your growth for success. The best part about this training today is that you really don't have to learn anything new. This is all stuff that you are already possibly going to know and are already the expert in. I'm just helping you format it and structure it in a way that is going to help you be the best that you can be in business. This really is about leveraging your expertise in order to help you market your business to create the success that you need, want, and are probably looking for. So before we get started, 20 minutes late, before we get started, I want to make sure that you already have your pen and paper and the worksheets that are not on the page that you're watching right now. They are on the page where we're supposed to be hosting this live venture at. And most importantly, if you can, because I don't know how you're watching this right now, if you can turn off any distractions that you might have so that you can be really dead focused on the content that we're about to talk about. So, the tracking sheet I have to give you permission on because that is in my Google account. Those documents are actually out of one of my programs that you only get access to. So I was sharing those with you. So I will get you the permission. You don't need to see it in order to have it today. It's just something good for you to have. So, yeah. All right. Any other questions before we dive in? I need to take a breather. All right. So, if you don't already know who I am, I'm Allie Rittenhouse. And I started in this big online world 11 years ago. So while you get situated, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am, where I came from, and where I'm at today. So I started my business in 2005 as a virtual assistant / web designer. I had no idea how business operated online, even though I was a web designer and had a talent for technology. I knew that I had a great potential in starting a business, but really just was like completely clueless in how big I could make it and how big the world was, how big the universe of opportunity was for me. But what I will tell you is that first year of business was really a struggle for me for many different reasons. I had bad client hires, slow sales, and I was going through a divorce that moved me back in with my parents because I was making $0 in this business that I had just started. Boy, isn't that the picture perfect description of a starting entrepreneur? No, it wasn't. It was not. But what I did know was that I had a passion for making things happen. I was a teen mom, a high school dropout, and I seriously felt like I was facing this impending doom of failure. That everything was just kind of caving in, but yet there was still like that beacon of light inside of me that was like, you have a lot of potential. You've just maybe taken some wrong turns in life. And so I kind of focused on that beacon of light because what else was I going to focus on? I really didn't have a whole lot of other opportunity out there for me unless I wanted to continue to make $10 an hour. And really, I was not going to let that happen. So I picked myself up off of the ground and started the hunt for a client. Harder than maybe I had been, over the last couple of months. And for the first time ever, I found myself in a situation that I really didn't know how to make it work, right? I had taken this training to become a virtual assistant and to get into this online world, but it didn't really tell me how to find a client and how to make it happen and how to close that sale. So I was like, okay, I know that I can make this business happen, but how do I make this business happen? And I found my first client, ironically, off of Craigslist by promoting what skills that I had and how I knew that I could help. And finding that one client really helped me to shift so much in my business. And within 9 months, I was moving out of my parents' house and living on my own with my daughter for the first time ever in my life. I was not turning 26 yet. I think I was still 25 at the time, and had never paid my own bills on my own. I had a spouse that supported me up until that point, before moving in with my parents, but never had I paid rent all on my own. So I was moving out for the first time ever after 9 months, and it was like the greatest feeling in the world. I wasn't making a ton of money in business, but I was making enough to pay the bills. From there, I started working with 6 and 7 figure businesses, working on their marketing, their launching, their strategy, their websites, everything that really pertained to the online business. And so I learned so much about what it would take in order to run, maintain, and build a successful business. So day in and day out, I was helping these entrepreneurs out, building their businesses, creating all kinds of revenue, success, and lots of new clients for them. And now I'm going to share with you the same exact strategy that I learned by watching them and then formulated into kind of my own process that then now I help coach my own clients with to help them scale and leverage their business. So I've worked and brushed elbows with some of the biggest women in business. And some of my clients and some of my connections have worked with some of the top people. We're talking Richard Branson, Oprah, and Marie Forleo. And this all has happened by them being consistent in their business and following these steps that I am going to teach you today. I've worked with hundreds to help them implement this into their business, and I've worked with them located all over the world in many different areas of business. And so I know that it is going to help you today if you follow these steps. So it's not just about having this information and the knowledge, it's also about taking action and making it work for your business. So these are things that you're going to learn that's going to help you every day, every week, every year, year after year. Tell me what other free training is going to do that for you. So what we are going to do is start off with more of a loose layout for the year. So when you are looking at your year, you want to break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. When I'm looking at a yearly plan, I'm really looking at it into more of 4 quadrants of time, right? You're already set up in quarters. Why not leverage that information and be able to make it easier to break down what you're going to be talking about, what you're going to be teaching, what content you're going to be creating. So we start with 3 months at a time. And that allows for us to say, okay, in this first quarter of the year, I know that I'm going to be launching a game. In the second quarter of the year, I'm going to start focusing on helping people create their product to launch in the third quarter of the year. In the third quarter of the year, I start getting businesses ready for the new year. And the fourth quarter is really kind of closing out my year and looking at the new year. So when I can break it down by that and say, okay, the first part of the year is all about, the mastermind, getting that started, getting people ready. What other things go into that first quarter of the year that need to happen? And so from there, I can start to kind of see what I need to do. Again, this is a big picture. This is not details, and definitely not the fine details. We'll get to that in a minute. So I want you to sit down for a minute and think about what are 4 to 6 things in this entire year that you want to accomplish, and write them down. So my 4 things are my mastermind, writing a book, hosting a live event in September for my clients only, and at the same time having my book launch while they're all here. And then also what would I say my 4th thing? So I got my book, the mastermind, and the event. That might really be it for me. Because the other stuff is kind of just in synchronicity with things that have already happened this year, or happen every year in my business. So for me, I only have 3 things. And I can tell you the first quarter is the mastermind is a big focus. The second and third quarters are where my book is getting kind of like everything is happening with it. And then the event and the book launch are happening in the third quarter. So maybe I'm just going to take off the fourth quarter. But those are my things. So take a moment and think about some of the things that you would like to accomplish this year. And you can put them in the comments. And as soon as this webinar is over, I will share it with all of your requests. I will share that doc with you. That was supposed to be happening while we were sitting talking 10 minutes before the webinar was supposed to start. All right. So now that you've thought about what you want to do for the year, let's start talking about what the year should actually include and entail. So, the first thing that we want to bring up is list building, because the idea of doing anything over the next year is going to be really difficult if you don't have a list to present it to. So if you don't have a list of potential clients or customers interested in your product, it's going to be harder to leverage it and to sell it. So we want to look at 3 big list builds for the year. Doesn't all have to be the same type. It can be many different things. You have to look at what you feel most comfortable with in creating. So when we're looking at big list builds, a challenge could be one. And challenges are great because when you're doing them live, they don't necessarily work as well evergreen as much as they do as a live aspect. And the reason this is because it's getting people to take steps on that particular day. It's not something that and they feel like everybody else is doing it at the same time as them, so they feel supported. It's not something like when you're doing it more of an evergreen way, then it doesn't really carry the same amount of urgency as it may when you're doing it live. So I always like to say that challenges are a really great thing to do live, not necessarily a great thing for evergreen. Limited time PDFs are great, again, because it's getting somebody to take action towards it and not wait to take action. So what we're talking about is if it is a particular time of year, maybe the holidays, you have some type of really great information or freebie that you want to provide, but you don't want it to be available all year round because it's only particular for the holidays. This could be a really great list building tool because you're giving people an incentive to sign up for it and download it at that moment in time. Not necessarily to grab it, download it, and watch it later. So I really like using these types of things as a big list build because you can send ads to it, you can get promotional partners, you can really get people on board for the buzz because let's say you only present it once a year. And speaking of once a year, giveaways and contests are another great list building tool to leverage. I do the 10 it used to be Geeky Days, the 10 days of giveaways every year at Christmas time. And this works great because it's the end of the year. Everybody's kind of in information overload. And so this is just a fun way to send gifts through the mail to people that are interested in them. And it is a great list builder for me as well because it has that viral component of it of people, wanting to download it or not download it, wanting to sign up so that they can win. And who doesn't love a good contest, right? And then also interview series are another great tool that you can use as a big list build. Now there are lots of different other things that you can be doing like video series or webinars like I'm doing right now. Granted that technology doesn't fail you like it just did me. But interview series and summits are really great. Again, because they usually have some type of live aspect to them. It gets people to sign up for them and attend them and watch them because you're probably going to take them down after a certain period of time. Plus, the great thing about interview series as a list build is you're generally leveraging somebody else's list as well, or somebody else's audience. So those are really great to bring in new people into your list that are outside of the normal promotional things that you would be, normally doing. Like, you probably always have a video series live, or you might always have a free PDF, or certain things like that that are always there. These are more special items that are not always there and available for people to purchase, download, sign up for, whatnot, because we want to leverage getting more people to sign up for it at one point in time because of the urgency behind it. Now, the next thing that you should be doing every year is 9 to 12 webinars. Now, if you are a brick and mortar business, I promised you that I would also have tips for you today as well, and that they would not just be online things. So when we're talking about 9 to 12 webinars, we're basically saying that once a month you should be doing some type of event in your business. So if you are a brick and mortar business, then instead of doing webinars, you might be hosting some type of event that gets people into your business. One of my favorite local stores is Avenue 21. They just opened up and announced a second location. And what I love about the store is that they have workshops, they have get-togethers, they bring you into the store. One of the things that she's doing in February is Galentine's Day. Now, obviously, it's a store for the ladies, so Galentine's Day, G-A-L, speaks to women. So she tries to do some type of event once a month that is bringing people into her door, because she knows, and we all know, that if you can get people walking into your door and looking at your merchandise, they're more likely to purchase than they are if they're sitting at home on their couch not walking through your door. So 9 to 12 webinars or 9 to 12 events getting people into your store, getting people to come to your business online. These webinars are great. Now, because live video is becoming so big, and truth be told, I could have flipped over to Facebook and probably done this webinar on there, maybe without as many tech glitches. But as people are becoming more accustomed to live video, doing live webinars on your social media sites or scheduling live webinars might be something that you want to look into doing more of. And they might be easier for you to just say, hey, I am hosting an hour-long training on my YouTube or Facebook page, not doing an opt-in form. It's just going to be public. Come join me. The idea is that people are coming, they're watching, they're getting information from you that they could use and benefit from. How you present it, how you do it is completely up to you. I don't have to sign up for a list to attend a webinar to get good information that makes me want to sign up for a program. I don't have to, especially now with Facebook and YouTube allowing for this live feature. That was not supposed to work out the way that it did today. So also, when we're looking at the new year, we're also talking about creating new things. I use and recycle everything that I use from the last year. If it ain't broke, there's no reason to fix it, right? It has worked great. It brings in the income. It brings in the clients. It works for them. So why change it, right? So I usually keep everything that I've already done the year before, And then with the new year, I look at what are some things that maybe I could add on to that to make it better, or even just add on as a better benefit of my business of what I am providing to my customers. So creating 2 new freebies a year is something that I highly recommend. These do not have to be things that take forever to create. You might get an idea in your mind on a Monday, create a really useful PDF that then you turn around and turn into a new freebie by Friday and provide and give to your people. So again, these can be anything that your ideal customer might need. So freebies being pink spoons, we're talking about PDFs, free trainings, evergreen webinars, automated webinars, videos that are just trainings that you want to call a webinar, whatever. Ebooks, checklist, and list of resources that are going to help people out. All of these are great because you are educating and providing information to people. Now, not all of your list people are going to be overwhelmed with content, but they might be. I know if you are talking to people that are in business, that are seeing ads all the time, they're probably going to be overwhelmed. So you want to think about what you're providing to the person. Is this truly going to help them, or is it going to overwhelm them? We were creating a nurture series for one of our clients this week, and the emails are very short and sweet and to the point, like her writing is and like her blog posts. And she was like, who has time to read long emails anyway, right? And it takes away from her content. So for her, short, sweet, to the point is exactly how she wants to go. Now, some people are, information takers in. They need to have all the facts presented in front of them, and they want to have this big, long ebook. Knowing who your ideal customer is, where they are getting their information from, how they are taking it in, and what they are doing with it will help you really be able to create these things. I know that you guys are all overwhelmed with technology. You are overwhelmed with the information that's even being put out there right now because there is so much of an information overload. So what I'm trying to do is not necessarily give you a whole bunch of information that you have to process and weed through and whatever. I'm telling you exactly what you need to do so that you can go do it, so that you can get further, so that you can create more success, so that you are leveraging exactly what you know right now. How does that feel? So how are these ideas feeling right now as we keep moving on and I take a little drink? Not alcohol, because I don't drink alcohol, but I kind of wish it was after that tech glitch. So then also doing one live launch a year is also what I recommend in this yearly breakdown. So if you're paying attention or if you've downloaded the sheet, in the year, we're talking about 3 big list builds. We're talking about 9 to 12 webinars and or events if you are an in-person business. We're talking about 2 new freebies. And again, if you're a brick and mortar business, you maybe can do coupons, limited time offers, buy one, get one. There's all kinds of things that you can do as a freebie that's a little different than the online world, but you can still leverage that email list in getting people to walk in the door. And then also doing one live launch. And why launching is important is because it puts together all of the different pieces of the puzzle online for you. So when you are launching, you are list building. You are marketing. You're doing social media promotion. You're creating social buzz. You are teaching your audience different things. So you can create anything you want around a live launch. It can be an event. It can be an online workshop, an in-person workshop. It can be a new product, a new book, a new series. It can be in anything that you want to create. Anything. But by having this breakdown of the year, knowing what needs to happen, when you sit down and look at your calendar, you can be like, okay, I got this, right? I know what I need to do over the year to bring money in. Now, one thing that's continuously happening as I'm doing all of these things is I'm still constantly talking to one-on-one clients. I am still bringing new business into my business because of all of these people that I'm bringing in from my webinars, from my live launch, from my freebies, from everything that I'm doing. I'm still bringing more people in. So, by doing these things, I'm helping set my business up for success. Does this all make sense? And what are you all still here too? Since we are not on the other page, I should probably go over and see if anybody's over there too. We're going to have to reschedule and do this again, but I'm going to continue to provide the content for everybody that is here with me right now. I really, really appreciate it. And in fact, I'm going to probably create some type of freebie to be able to thank you for your time, because I just looked at my email and it's kind of hairy right now with a bunch of people that couldn't see. So yeah, great way to start out the day, right? All right, so moving on, once you have your yearly breakdown of exactly what needs to go into this yearly plan, then we can begin to break down our monthly goals and setting them so that you know what you have to reach. So when you are setting up your monthly goals, some of the things that you need to know is, and this is from your Know Your Number sheet, you need to know your bottom and your top number. What do you absolutely have to bring in every single month in order to make it in business? You have to know that number. And not the top number, that the top number is where you're maxing out at. It's the top number of your goal. Where do you want to reach? What do you want to hit? And once you know those numbers, how many consults do you have to have in order to reach those financial goals? Also, out of that budget, what can you spend on advertising this month in order to maybe hit that? If you know that you need to sell 5 one-on-one slots, you probably need to go through 15 to 20 consults. How are you going to make those happen? So you're going to have to know, okay, if I want this number. I have to be willing to either spend it here or I have to pitch myself here. You have to bring in the new customers into your business. And what we're going to set you up with the next steps are going to help make it happen. I don't want to say automatically or evergreen because you're still going to be creating this content, but it's going to make it happen more naturally because you're producing this content, because you're continually putting stuff out there. Set yourself up for success for the month with the knowledge and a map that will lead you there. Are you keeping up with me? Like making sure everybody's not like flipping out on the comment section. I apologize. I know I'm totally not on my A game right now because of that cluster. So once you map out your numbers for the month and what you need to bring in, then it's all about mapping out the content of what needs to happen. And so we're going to talk about your monthly layout next. Well, it's more of like breaking it down into more simplest form. So monthly, we know that there's 12 months in a year. I would hope, right? Sometimes I wish there was more. But with your 12 months of the year, from that, what I like to do with my clients is have them come up with 10 to 12 ideas of themes that work in their business. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to break down the themes that you have in your business to help you create this content plan that we're talking about, right? So there are going to be 10 to 12 themes. For me, once you have those 10 to 12 themes of what your customers are asking, what they're looking for, what they're wanting support in, you can create content topics that just flow off of that. And your content from that will then be used for everything. So I want you to take a minute and think about when you are talking to your ideal customers on the phone or when they're coming to you for support and help. What are they coming to you for? What questions are they asking you? What are they struggling with? What are some of their biggest challenges? And how does that align with your expertise? So for me, let's kind of just take a look at what one of my themes is. It's launching as a big subject, right? Launching is a huge subject, huge. There's a ton of topics that I can talk about with it. We're talking about list building. We're talking about the different launch tools that are out there, the pre-launch setup, making money during the launch, taking money during the launch, getting started with launching, what should happen post-launch, how to make sales during your launch, what happens afterwards, the follow-up process after launching, and content creation during a launch. And when I break all of those down, so when I take launching as a whole, and then that's the theme, right? And then I break it down into more topics and themes. I could probably do a year's worth of content just on launching. But now I can write social posts. I have things to get interviewed on. I have things to pitch. I have all of these different topics under this one theme. And I should never have a problem creating content about launching when I break all of this down. So I'm going to give you a second to think about what might be your 10 to 12 themes in your business. And if you want to start sharing some of your themes, maybe in the comments, if you're still here and watching live, God bless you. Okay, if you requested for the Excel sheet, it should be shared with you. All right. So we're going to keep going so that we can get through this because I was so late already with starting. So once you have these themes, as I said, they go into so many different areas of your business. They go into your blog post, what you're writing about every week, multiple times a week maybe, or once a month, whatever it is, but these topics go into that. They go into your interview topics, what you are pitching with yourself. So whatever you're the expert in, whatever you're sending pitches out to for podcasts and things like that. They are great for social media. People don't necessarily think that they should be like planning their social media out every day, every week, every month. But when you do, you are so much more consistent with it. It also can help you develop your post for your different groups that you belong with as well. Because when you are looking at it from the big picture, then you are able to like say, okay, I'm talking about this, so I want to talk about that. They also go into your offers because depending on what time of year you're making some type of offer, you may want the content ahead of that leading into it. So if I am launching or helping people get ready for their product and launching, I'm going to want to start marketing to them in March to help them really have enough time to get ready for their fall launch. I know 6 months is a lot of time, but it takes a lot of time to get ready with a product. So for me, when I'm talking about launching, if I'm going to want to sell something in March, then in February and March, I need to be talking about launching. So your content really does lead up into the offers that you are selling. Now, if you're wondering how all of this comes together, let me just show you. So essentially, everything that we are creating for the year is getting people to come into an email list. And from the email list, then we want to nurture them with content. And from there, we want to move them into purchasing and buying from us. So by doing so, it starts with blog post, right? Your blog post bring people into your email list because they opt in from your website. The interviews that you do with different people are presenting you to different audiences. And when you're presented to different audiences that have never heard of you before, that helps them get into your email list. Social media is a great way to lead people to your website. I always get the question, well, how do I sell on social media? And I got news for you. You are not selling on social media. That is really not where sales are happening at. Social media is more about the nurture conversation and connecting with your audience. The sales process happens in your funnel when they go to your website from your emails. So don't think of social media as your number one sale driver, unless you're focusing all on ads, and that's a different subject. And then we have guest posts. Guest posts and interviews kind of go hand in hand in the importance that it's presenting you to an already established audience. And anytime you can present yourself to an already established audience that is full of your ideal customers, you're already ahead of the game. Webinars, I've told you they're really important. Very important, so much that I use them a lot. Don't usually have tech problems with them, but hey, whatever. And then launching is just as important. All of these different things are what make up your business and what you should be doing over the year. So when I broke down your yearly plan and you look at this, you see, oh yeah, Allie, you told me all of those things that I need to be working on and focusing on are right there. Now, these are really the core areas of your business. Anything that you do can pretty much fall under one of these 6 categories in driving people to your website. even if you're doing events and stuff like that, that could be considered interviews and guest posts that could kind of fall under that. So all of these things are what lead into getting people into your funnel, getting people to convert, and getting them to purchase. So with that being said, that's why all of those things that make up the year are going to be really important to have different topics for. You can write blog posts and interviews and social media all on the same topic and write it 10 different ways and present it 10 different ways, right? So by having these ideas of these content, then this is really like the central area of how you're bringing people into your business and how you're sending them into your funnel. It's not necessarily rocket science. You have to get people into the funnel, and you have to get them from these different areas, especially if you're an online business. If you are in person, a couple of them might change. So rather than doing interviews and guest posts, what you might do is have other people come into your business. So in referring to my friend that owns Avenue 21, she had a vegan macaron, however you say it, macaron, baker come in for one of her things. So people flew in there to get these vegan macarons that were delicious to die for. So that was like bringing, somebody else. That was like a partner promotion. The person the baker was promoting to her list, and Avenue 21 was promoting to her list. So everybody was coming together for that. Does that make sense? So now let's break it down a little further into a weekly plan so that you can walk out of here today. What is today? Wednesday? You might be able to do it today, but maybe start with tomorrow and get started this week. Don't wait until Monday. People make the biggest mistake of waiting for the perfect day. Just pick up where you are now and get started. So let's talk about breaking down all of this into a way that you know what you need to do every single day of the week. Oh, am I going the wrong way? So on Mondays, we are talking about social planning. How many of you do not social plan? I would ask how many do, but I think the better question is how many do not. So if you are not social planning, you should be. By not social planning, it's kind of holding you back from that consistency. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, seven things. Now, I like to say be good at doing 4 to 5. I'll give you the weekend to kind of slack off. But really have 4 or 5 different things that you are posting on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're at. Now, people tell me, should I be everywhere? Where should I be? Now, my answer to each and every person is that pick what you're going to be consistent with and do that really well. And I usually say to start with 1 or 2. Do not take on multiple sites and not be able to keep up with any of them. It is far better to be consistent than to half-ass it. So, on social planning on Monday, write out, even if it's not necessarily scheduling all of the posts, but you can go to co-schedule and you can make it super simple to schedule. But if you're not scheduling the post, at least have an idea of what you're going to be posting about. Maybe Mondays is motivational or mantras. And so only on those days you're posting like a mantra for the week or a motivational quote. So when you have that idea of what you might post on that day, it allows for you to make it so much easier. So when we were talking about themes for your blogs, for your content, why not have themes for your days of the week as well? So find out what works well for you in order to getting you to do it. So if you need a gimmick like, Meatless Monday was created because people needed a gimmick to help them with planning out their meals. The same idea with planning out your social media. Tuesdays is all about guesting. And when we're talking about guesting, we're talking about guest posting. This does not mean that I am telling you that you have to write a guest post every single week. It's not what I'm saying. But what I am telling you is on Tuesdays, you should be taking some type of action towards a guest post. Whether it's pitching it, writing it, following up on it, sharing it on social media, whatever it is, you should be doing something with guesting on Tuesdays. And again, this is to give you a layout idea to get into the habit so that you can find what things works best for you and what things don't. Now, Wednesday is much of the same of Tuesday, only we're focusing on interviews. And these interviews could be podcast interviews, they could be local interviews, television, TV, radio, whatever it is. And again, it doesn't mean that all day Wednesday you're pitching, writing, doing whatever. It just means that you're working something on them. So that every day for at least 15, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, you're focusing on doing something in your business that gets you moving forward in creating success. Then on Thursdays, which would be tomorrow, so nobody better have any excuses of why they're not blogging this week, is your own content. So we talk a lot about leveraging other people's websites and audiences and, all of that. But let's bring it back to your own. Your own is as equally as important as all of the others. And what works really great when you are up to date on your blogging and you're being consistent with it is that you can use these to then form your nurture series. And your nurture series is really what helps your ideal customer go through the flow process and kind of pushing them through. So your blogging is really an important part of your consistency, your marketing. If you think about some of the leaders that you follow, that I guess if you could quote unquote say that they have made it, you can probably look at them and say that they blog regularly, they create content consistently, and they're doing things to move their business forward always, right? So by having these ways of being able to break down your business, you really are bettering how you're running your business. And then I like to say Fridays are quote, quote, payday. Fridays are great for following up with any consults that you had throughout the week, as well as finding new people to follow. So it's not just about kind of working with the audience you have now, it's also about working with new avenues, ways of venturing out. I have a new client that had teamed up with a fulfillment center that sells food, and she helped them formulate some recipes in order to help with their direct sales. So you can really leverage Fridays of building relationships and finding new people to connect, meet, and really be able to exponentially grow your following and even your reach. So, all of this to say is that these are the things that you need to be doing in your business every week or every day, every week, every month, every year to be on your A game. It's all about moving your business forward and helping you be the best that you can be on a consistent basis every day, every week, every month, year after year. Now, when we think about all of these programs that are out there on the internet, none of them are really focusing on longevity and helping you set yourself up for success. They're all focusing on this one particular niche or this one particular thing and not really helping set you up for success long term. So, what I have learned over the years is that, yes, while all of these things make up your business, it still is up to you to take the action on them. It's up to you to make them happen and to go forward with them. So, are you ready to get your A game on this year? To be the best that you can be, even when tech glitches happen like today? Because if you are, I have the answer for you. So, something that this is not, it's semi new. If you've been following my brand for any amount of time, it's called A Game. It's not just a mastermind, it's a goal crushing collaboration where I have you bring your A game and I bring mine, and together we will catapult your business to the next level. But it's not just about you and me. It's also about the other entrepreneurs that are joining this group as well. So, if you are looking to make deeper connections with female entrepreneurs like yourself in 2017, if you are looking to create more spark and inspiration, and if you're looking for spending the rest of the year masterminding and creating brilliance with other people just like you, then A Game might just be what you're looking for. It is my group coaching program. And this isn't just like group coaching where we get on once a month and hurrah. This is seriously going to be high touch relationship building that takes your business and makes it go boom. So, this could be what your business looks like at the end of 2017. You could have doubled your email list. You might have multiple revenue streams coming in, creating consistent 5-figure months, and maybe even being a featured Huffington Post blogger. This isn't about what you don't know. I'm going to teach you some things, don't get me wrong. But this is about leveraging what you already know, what you're already the expert in, to be the best that you can be and consistently doing so. Because strategic action leads to success. There's all kinds of quote unquote magic formulas out there. But really, when they come down to it, when you look at the meat of their content, it was everything that I just gave you earlier. It's really about finding what you're the expert in and talking about it and owning it and really stepping into your business to finding your ideal customers. This is a one-of-a-kind mastermind that guides you throughout the entire year. This isn't just another course that you're going to sign up for. This is a coach that is there with you, me, every single week. Can you imagine stepping into your office on Monday mornings, knowing exactly what you're going to be working on for the week? But it not just being about that. We're going to come together on Mondays for roll call, where you can share what your goals and mission is for the week. And then throughout the week, we're going to be checking in with you and seeing how you are sticking true to that goal and that mission for the week. But it's also about having swipe files and how-tos and the information that you need when you're looking for it. It's about looking at your monthly growth reports and being able to exceed what you wanted to do because you have somebody cheering you on. None of these things are for those that are just internet famous people. These are things that you can do in your business too. But it's going to take action, and it's going to take moving forward with different things that I help you with. So, I know the slides are really blurry. I'm sorry. It's because I'm bringing it through another, like, we had to take it, I don't even know how we made today happen. It's by a sheer miracle that we did. So I apologize. I will make sure that you guys, I'm probably going to record this and send this out later tonight, but I will make sure that you have a better version of it. But this is really a whole new approach to the mastermind. When I started, or when I joined, I should say, my first mastermind, it was a 10-month program that cost $10,000. I really probably shouldn't have invested in it at the time because I technically couldn't afford it as a single mom, but it was one of the game-changing things that happened in my business. Now with technology and the way that things are set up, we can really bring together people into this group setting in a different way that is a little bit more cost effective. So, what this mastermind is about starting off with a 90-minute, well, actually it says hour long, but you get 90 minutes. You get 90-minute long VIP session with me when you sign up. And the minute that you sign up, you actually get the email that has the link to schedule your session. It also has the link for the Facebook group, and it will give you access to the success kit that talks about everything that we broke down today with clear slides, probably a little bit better of an audio and not a delay at the beginning. But then it gives you all of the tools that you need to begin to start implementing today. Because we don't actually start until February 13th, I want you to be able to start doing things right now. So when we start February 13th, you will also begin the roll call that starts on Mondays, where we come in and say what your goals are for the week so that we can help you achieve them. I'm creating a binder that will have all of your pictures on there, and I'm going to write down what your goals are. So at the end of the year, I can flip back and I can be like, well, did you accomplish this? Did you accomplish that? You did, and give you a gold star for it. Who doesn't love gold stars, right? You will have live online workshops that will keep you working smarter in your business, not harder. We have the A-team. Who doesn't love the A-team, right? Where our clients are going to be coming together, or my clients are going to be coming together to help you be better. I also have some other experts that we're bringing in to teach you very specific things that are going to help you in your business. And for the not first time ever, but first time ever for this program, we are bringing people to Ohio. And you might be like, what? You're not taking me to like Punta Cana or something like that? Well, the idea is that we're coming here to do work, and Ohio is beautiful. And so I want you to see the beauty in the unexpected. is the idea of getting you to Ohio. You will feel like you are in New York City, but really you're going to be in this quaint, just city capital. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to bring you here. And then we are also going to have 2 weekend retreats as well. You can do it at your home. You can go to a hotel, whatever. But these are me guiding you through a series of live streams and tutorials and different things. So one is leveraging the launch. So it's all about creating everything that you need for your launch in a weekend. And then the other one is mapping out for 2017 or 2018. I know we don't even want to think about it yet. We're just starting 2017, but it will help you map out 2018 as well. So really giving you the support that not only you need this year, but setting you up for success next year. And then on top of that, you will also get lifetime access into my academy, where it has all kinds of information that you need on things that maybe we won't cover in A game, but will still help you in business. And there'll also be other special opportunities, guest posts, and interviews, like on your first time or on Gen XO. So really, we're taking care of you in this program in ways that you've never seen before. Because why? What does TEAM stand for? Together, everyone achieves more. So not only do I want to help you be on your A game, I want you to be a part of the A team where together we all are achieving more. Because that is what masterminding is all about. So if you're like, I'm in Allie, how do I sign up to work with you over the next 12 months? Well, I've got it right here. It's probably still a little blurry for you, but we're rolling with the punches today, people. Rolling with the punches. So, how do you know it's time to bring your A game to the plate? Well, maybe you're sick and tired of wasting time in business. You probably spent a lot of money on programs that you didn't finish, but you are ready and willing and able to do the work to help you be on your A game. You want the guidance and the know-how of a business coach that is going to help support you. Well, then, A game is exactly where you should be, and I want to help support you through this. So let's do it. You can sign up and find out more about A game by going to allierittenhouse.com/A game-mastermind. Now, I'm going to send you out a coupon code to save more. I believe if you enter Save 100 right now, that should work for you, because God bless you for staying and listening through all of that. So if you enter Save 100 in the coupon section, you'll save $100. You also can say yes with confidence because we have a 10-day money back guarantee. So, do we have any questions before I run and hide? Run and hide from the madness of what just happened. No, I couldn't even, to be real honest, I couldn't even think about what was happening at the time that it was happening, because it was happening. And it doesn't matter how prepared you think you are for something, stuff like this still happens. We literally had everything set up. All we were doing was getting ready to hit start broadcast. And then we got the message. Nightmare! But thank you. Thank you, everybody that has still stayed on and listened. Lori, I am so sorry that you did not get to stay and listen. But what I'm not really sure what I need to think about this for a moment. What I probably will do is I'm going to re-record this just with my audio and send it out to you. I really haven't decided at the moment because I haven't had time to decide. But thank you, everybody that stayed today. If it was a horrible presentation because I wasn't feeling very much on my A game after that, then stay tuned, because I am probably going to do, I'll probably redo this on Saturday is probably what's going to happen is I probably will host a encore presentation. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. We did not have a backup plan for the backup plan. We have this recorded, so we can send it out, but yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. I really hope that you were able to sit down and think about your year's worth of content and mapping it out. And I will send you an email telling you what's next with the link to sign up if you are looking for business coaching for this year. So again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough because I know how frustrating it probably is coming to learn something and then getting delayed 20 minutes and then having blurry slides and crappy audio because I can't even use my high-end microphone. So thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed the content and follow your dreams. Trust me, they know the way. Thank you so much. This has been Allie Rittenhouse.